And a chance for everyone to get some shots up. Find the touch. Find the range. Find themselves. We're almost at game time. Welcome to 2K Sports for another edition of NBA basketball. This is Kevin Harlan with Hall of Famer Doris Burke and Greg Anthony, giving us the rundown from the sideline courtside, David Aldridge. Here's a look at some of the stats for Norman Powell.
And guys, it hasn't been pretty for him in the past 5 games. He's having one of those scoring slumps that all players go through at some point in the season. But I know he hadn't lost his confidence, and I expect this young man to get after it here tonight.
Here are the 5 for the Clippers. We'll see Powell and Leonard play in the forward spots. Harden out there with Dunn, and it's Zubac in at the 5, roaming the paint. And for the Warriors, in the backcourt, we'll see Curry and Podziemski. Butler out there with Moody, and it's Green in at the 5 spot. So Greg, doesn't get much better than this, does it? Major playoff implications in this one tonight.
Both teams have a lot on the line in this contest. Seeding in the postseason can make or break a team's chances. Totally dialed in. Leonard makes quick work from that mid-range.
There's the pick. Floats it up for Butler. Leonard with the steal. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. The shot by Powell, no good. Now here's Curry. Pass to Podziemski. To the middle, here's Green. The kick outside to Butler. And it's Podziemski in the corner. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The second chance effort. And it's Butler missing. Right there, the defender clearly trying to inhibit a fast break. I think that's a transition take foul. Los Angeles shooting their first free throw of the game.
And the old phrase, he lives at the line, that is James Harden, folks.
And here's Los Angeles. It's a 3-point game. Last time they met was in Los Angeles.
And in that one, the offensive execution made the difference. They found and exploited the mismatch repeatedly.
Well, it was certainly a game that their analytics people had to love breaking down. I thought they exposed every weakness in the defense.
Doris, recently the Clippers relocated their G League team, bringing basketball back to the city of San Diego.
Kevin, I absolutely love this because San Diego gets its first NBA representation since 1984. And yes, it's great for the city itself, but it's also a smart move by the NBA. You are tapping into an untouched market.
And here's Leonard after the three-pointer from Stephen Curry. Leonard with no one around. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
Well, the mid-range is certainly the area that he is most comfortable. Kawhi Leonard, that's where he started, folks.
And he gets it to go. For Los Angeles, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. And here's Harden for 3. Kicks it out to Leonard. Done outside. Another shot. The Warriors pull it in.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Green. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
First personal foul.
It's going to be on James Harden.
What I appreciate most about Green is his leadership. Strong vocally on and off the floor.
He's off on the second.
And to me, Draymond Green really embodies the idea of a high IQ player. He can read the opposition, predict where a play is going, and those instincts aren't something that can be easily taught to anyone. So a moment now to see the story on James Harden. His last 10 games have been exceptional. 14th in steals, and he's right up there in the top 20 in scoring. Certainly a force to be reckoned with offensively.
And as you mentioned, top 3 in assists right now. He does a great job of running the offense, spotting the open guy, and making the sound delivery. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Here's Leonard. That's in, coming off an assist from Dunn.
Assist.
And that's now 6 points for Kawhi Leonard. Warriors trail by 3. Outside Butler. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
See, Jimmy Butler is able to move with a certain level of force coming off the screen. And because he does, he gets the separation he needs.
And Stephen Curry with the foul.
First personal foul.
That's his first foul.
Team foul.
And now only 1 away from being in the penalty.
Now about 3 minutes gone in the first quarter. Powell, the pass to Dunn. Now, here is Harden. Back to Dunn. Pass to Powell. Sinks the triple. Powell's got 5 now.
Powell can really shoot it from 3. That's a great possession for this team.
Curry against Harden. Curry kicks to Butler. Back to Curry. And the layup's good off the glass. 5 points in the game.
But Curry can finish left, right, quick. He can quick shoot you, get you off your feet. This guy's so good on the inside.
To the inside. Here's Dunn. Here's Zubac. That one's in, his first shot this game.
Well, just it's easy to say. This guy wanted it more, creating the second chance opportunity and cashing in.
And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up. So it'll be Jimmy Butler shooting. It's on Kawhi Leonard. Jones checked in for Chris Dunn. The Warriors have gone 1 for 2 on the night so far from the line. I'm told now by our producer, do we have him, guys? Okay, we do. We have a call coming in from Shams Charania. Shams, thanks for joining us. What do you have?
Guys, thanks. Well, Jimmy Butler is in the 5th stop of his NBA career. He'd been in a standoff with the Heat. As they hesitated to extend him at the number he desired, he knew there's going to be someone willing to pay up. And guys, I'm very interested to see how Butler fits in his new opportunity.
We'll continue to track that story. All right, Shams, thanks a lot. Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Kevin, a couple of seasons ago, Steph Curry first brought out the night-night when he put a team away. Asked about his inspiration, he said, "I have no idea. I don't choreograph any of that stuff. I was just having fun." You know how kids' bedtime routines are important? It's the final signal for a job well done that day. Kevin?
Well said. He is a 1 of 1, D.A. And here is Powell after the three-pointer from Stephen Curry. And Harden with the stuff.
Well, using the play to move the defense to his team's advantage. Go ahead, Norman Powell. Pretty pass.
Fields checked in for Curry. Bogdanovich is checked in for the Clippers. Warriors trail by 4. To the paint. Here's Hield. Back to Podziemski. Hield against Bogdanovich. 5 to shoot. Here's Moody. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist.
Draymond Green is a top passer at his position, and he loves to get his teammates involved.
Butler with the steal. They get a hand on it.
I'll tell you, most of the time, this guy's going to finish that. But that was tremendous defense that prohibits him from completing the play.
Outside Leonard. 6 on the shot clock. The tray. Podziemski grabs the board.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Green, the pass to Butler. Pass to Podziemski. Butler against Jones. Golden State needs to get off a shot. The fadeaway. Good D by Jones.
Boy, he's definitely covered well there. And we know he can knock down the fadeaway shot. Just didn't fall there.
Bogdanovich against Hield. Here's Leonard. Draymond Green pulls it in. The Warriors trailing. And here is Butler. And he makes good on the layup. Butler's got 7 points in the game.
This guy making his presence felt. Jimmy Butler, the ultimate competitor.
Outside Leonard. He can't get that one to fall. Some solid defense from Butler. 50 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Pass to Hield. Takes the three. Trains the three-pointer. And it's a 4-point Warrior lead.
Well, these are the types of opportunities his team tries to generate for Buddy Hield. He is just so efficient as a jump shooter.
Here's Powell, and it's blocked. And it's out of bounds. The Clippers able to retain possession here. Different look here for the Warriors. Trace Jackson-Davis is checked in for Draymond Green. Kuminga comes in for Butler. Payton, he's checked in for Moses Moody. And Stephen Curry subbed in for Brandon Podziemski. And then for Los Angeles, Zubac is checked in for Norman Powell. And it's Ben Simmons in for James Harden. Chalk up 2 there.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
They need this one. And scoring with the play inside is Leonard. 8 points for him.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
It's been all about Stephen Curry for the Golden State Warriors. He notched 8 points. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Warriors.
Absolutely dialed in from beyond the arc so far in this one. The defense is surrendering the long-range shot here early on.
I think the other thing they've done a great job of is making their presence felt inside, converting tons of paint opportunities.
So with Butler sitting on the bench, here's the group that Steve Kerr has on the floor. Some kind of shooting in the backcourt for him. It's Curry and Hield. Trace Jackson-Davis out there with Kuminga. And it's Payton in at the 3 spot. And there's the call on Curry. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. Jones, the pass to Bogdanovic. Jacks up a 3. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
And this is why Bogdanovic has a permanent green light from the arc. Frankly, the team expects this from him.
Curry with it. Jones covering. Curry can't get it to go. Clippers trail by 3. Kicks it out to Bogdanovic. Can't tie it up as that one misses. And so Curry will bring it up for the Warriors, fresh from a win against Portland.
And really showed their depth when they needed it most. On the road, having to manufacture points.
Well, how about the job they got from their bench? That productivity was a major part of the outcome.
And it's Bogdanovic off the drive. Makes it off the glass. Bogdanovic has got 5 points now this quarter.
Showing off his inside game. Bogdan is an all-around scorer.
From about 19 feet, Jackson-Davis. It's good on the putback.
You know we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Pass to Simmons. Now Zubac. Bogdanovic looking around. 5 on the clock. Over Hield. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. Bogdanovic has got 7 points in the game. Kuminga, screen on Simmons. Down low, deflects the pass, and stolen by Simmons. Poke loose. And here we go, Kuminga heading to... Oh!
Wow.
Where did that come from?
Holy goodness.
That was beautiful. Clippers trail by 5. Here's Hield. And then Hield with the dunk.
Buddy Hield taking flight, showing he is more than just a three-point specialist.
And it's Zubac atop the key. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. And it's good, assisting on the play with Simmons. And a big part of perimeter defense, Greg, avoiding screens. What are some of the tricks of the trade in that regard?
Well, sometimes you have to get skinny. I mean, other times it's using your strength. A lot goes into it. Also, getting a cadence for the screener. It's one of the more challenging aspects of NBA defense.
Draymond Green, he's checked in for Golden State. Podziemski's coming in for Buddy Hield. Pass to Curry from downtown. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got his 7th rebound here tonight.
He's cooled down a little bit after draining those 2 3-pointers in the first quarter.
Here's Podziemski. Dunn covering. Kuminga, screen on Dunn. Podziemski finds Kuminga. And former NBA big man David West in attendance. He won a couple rings here with Golden State.
And he'd been an all-star in New Orleans, a cornerstone piece for the Pacers. But he sacrificed a lot to come to the Warriors and win it all.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Harden's checked in. Clippers trail by 7. It's taken away by Payton. To the paint. Stolen by Harden. Here's Dunn. Nice defense from Kuminga. The Warriors have gotten just over 50% of their shots to drop here in the second quarter. They're 5 for 9.
Well, defensively, if you allow him to get this close, you're playing with fire. He just happened to miss that one.
And Dunn with the slam.
Yeah, just superior athleticism. Chris Dunn soaring for the jam with that impressive vertical.
And talk about victors and guys who play to their strengths. What about Zubac? He does a great job.
He does, Kevin, a 7-footer who wants to play like a 7-footer. He's an outstanding rebounder. He doesn't need the ball offensively. You know he's going to show up and give you great effort every night.
Here's Podziemski. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Trailblazers in Portland. Pass to Curry. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. That's 12 points for Stephen Curry. Harden against Curry. 3-pointer. Harden can't hit. Warriors leading by 4. Kuminga, screen on Dunn. Podziemski with it. He provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
I don't think there's any question. There are so many rules that favor the offense these days. You've got to be able to equal things out when an illegal screen is set.
Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. Butler, he's checked in for Jonathan Kuminga. Moody comes in for Payton. And it's Buddy Hield in for Curry. And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Kevin, the Clippers are intent on winning big. Coach Tyronn Lue said half of it is great talent, and I think half of it is execution. When you get to the playoffs, it's a whole different animal. We got to be 100% execution with our talent. That makes for a dangerous team. Kevin?
Very dangerous. All right, David. Leonard, no luck. And so it's Butler with it. He'll bring it up for the Warriors. Butler hammering it home.
Well, the pick-and-roll game of Jimmy Butler gets better every year. He has a better and better understanding of what to take advantage of.
Over to the wing. Here's Harden. Well-placed jumper from the free throw line. Harden's got 9.
And they've worked the ball around so well tonight for those quality looks from mid-range.
Pass to Podziemski. Over Harden. Podziemski's shot is good.
Such a multi-talented threat on the offensive end, and you love his confidence.
And here's Harden for 3. And the rebound goes to the Warriors.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Inside, Leonard with the steal. And here comes Harden, leading the fast break. And Harden with the stuff.
Always amongst the league leader in steals, Kawhi Leonard knows how to start a fast break.
Butler. Oh, tough play by Butler.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Leonard on the wing from outside the arc. And basket number 6 to his stat sheet. He's now 6 for 10.
That's his second bucket from range this quarter after hitting none in the first.
Here's Podziemski, guarded by Harden. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen. And now we've got a chance to check out multiple seasons of assist numbers. And what has been the trend for Draymond Green?
And the trend that he's going through with his assist numbers dropping over the past few years isn't a good one. I don't want to say he's become a more selfish player because that's too harsh, but he's become a little too concerned about finding his own shot rather than creating for his teammates. He may want to rethink that.
You love to see Zubac get after it on the window. Use that size and strength.
Throws it up high. Payton's shot is off.
And he saw the play develop, but the pass just wasn't there.
It was a really good thought for sure, but the lob has got to be better than that.
And it's the Warriors on the break, and it's Butler with the jam.
Jimmy Butler attacking at will, and the buckets just keep coming.
And no need to rush this. Let the clock run down.
Well, it's trying to close the quarter strong, and by that, take a great shot without giving them an opportunity for another one down the other end.
Number 7, Buddy.
Now Powell. He had 16 points in the win against Sacramento. Misses the 3. And no good that time. And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. Warriors lead by 1. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Steve. A good rhythm for you in the first half. What do you like most about how your team's competing?
Just like the ball movement, the drive and kick. Our guys have played really well together. Just trying to move the ball, get a great shot.
We'll see if you can keep the ball flying around as we continue. Thanks. Back to you guys.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
Welcome, everybody. The first half.
Oh, he's going hard in the paint, taking it right at the defense. I love his commitment to getting high percentage look shot.
And it's time now for the best part of the show. And that's all for us. Now it's time to send it back to Kevin Hart.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Kawhi Leonard really has his fingerprints all over this one.
What a menace he was on defense through the first 2 quarters, just disrupting everything.
Well, it was about effort and anticipation. Hard to get into an offensive rhythm when you know this guy is lurking.
Checking out the group for Tyronn Lue to start the second half. We'll see Powell and Leonard play in the forward spots. Dunn is out there with Harden, and it's Zubac in at the 5.
We've seen this script before. Kawhi Leonard starts early and continues throughout the course of the night. Defense is in for a long haul.
Pass to Podziemski. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. Curry's got 3 assists in the game. Ball stolen. Tipped away. And here is Butler. There's the screen, and it's Podziemski in the corner. Launches a 3. Butler, no good.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
And there's the foul. It'll go on Moses Moody. That'll be his second foul of the game. Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. Now here's Powell. He's got 7. Kicks it out to Leonard. Back to Powell. Shoots the 3. Drills it from outside. Powell's got 10.
Now, Norman Powell has proven to be capable as a scorer. All three levels are part of his game. That time goes to the 3-ball.
Shoots from the elbow, and it comes off the front of the rim.
Well, trying to find themselves in the second half here. Just 1 for 4 from the field. Can someone in the group get hot? Let's see.
Zubac with the screen for Powell. Kept alive. Dunn finds Leonard. A 3-ball. Offensive rebound. Pass to Zubac. And finally they hit one. 8 points for him.
The more productive he is down low, the more minutes Zubac is going to get. That's just excellent execution and finish.
Now a look at the hottest teams in the league. These squads have knocked down everything in the last 10 games. The Clippers in second.
Boy, they've been hot. You love to see this kind of offensive execution.
Harden against Curry. Butler is screen on Harden. Curry passes to Butler. Stolen by Harden. Dunn, wide open, he fires, gets the bucket, and the foul. And it goes on Draymond Green.
Listen, there are a few guards in this league who can overpower defenders, but Dunn, that rare breed.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Podziemski with it, well guarded by Dunn. It's Curry outside. Powell pulls it in.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
Zubac with the screen for Powell. And the 3 off target. Warriors trail by 5. Green passes to Moody. Pass to Curry. Shot to stop the run. It's called in by Los Angeles. Here's Dunn. Banked in off the glass. Dunn's got the lead up to 7 now for the Clippers.
Boy, how much do you appreciate Chris Dunn working hard inside to come away with these easy interior buckets?
Here's Podziemski. Dunn covering. Podziemski with it. He's got 7. Pass to Curry. 6 to shoot. Beyond the arc. A shot by Podziemski, no good.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Here's Harden. Unable to get that one. And here's Curry, who brings it up for Golden State. They trail by 7. And many around the league believe Curry doesn't get enough fouls called in his favor. G.A., what do you think?
There could be some truth to that. He gets held and grabbed more than anyone when running off screens, but especially blatant on drives to the rim.
And the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
And how about a look at Jimmy Butler? Unbelievable play for him over the last month. Averaging about 18 points per, 6 assists, and just over 2 steals. And most important of all is his passing. He's a terrific distributor in their offense.
Well, it's certainly one of his best attributes, creating offense even when it looks like there's nothing there.
Payton, he's checked in for Moody. Butler with the ball. Leonard picks him up. Butler deciding where to go with it. Aggressive play by Butler against the defense.
Guys, we've seen this. Jimmy Butler has the ability to take over games, and he's doing it right now.
Harden kicks to Jones. Launches it. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. Harden's got his 4th assist in this one.
How about the timing? Could be the difference between an assist and a turnover. Nice delivery.
Pass to Curry from past the arc. Steph, perfection from the arc.
His first triple in the second half. That makes 3 for the game.
From the line. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. Leonard's got 18 points.
But Kawhi Leonard right now is cooking, folks. This guy has got a rhythm, and you better watch out.
Here's Podziemski. Guarded by Powell. Butler, a screen on Harden. Floats it up for Butler. Stolen by Jones. Now the Clippers moving it up. Powell for three. It's rebounded by Curry.
Well, they have the advantage, but you still feel like this guy needs to find a way to get himself going.
Clippers leading by 7 and stolen by Butler. Butler with the bucket down low.
And this kind of shot defines who Butler is. Just a bulldog who embraces finishing against the tight cover.
And Brandon Podziemski gets the whistle that time. That'll be his second foul of the game. And some changes here for the Warriors. Trayce Jackson-Davis is jacked in for Green. Jonathan Kuminga comes in for Brandon Podziemski. And Hield subbed in for Stephen Curry. Amir Coffey's jacked in for the Clippers. Bogdanovich comes in for Powell.
James Harden brings tremendous versatility. He can score it, he can distribute. Whatever you need from him offensively, he can provide it.
Butler passes to Kuminga. And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession.
And a chance here to look at the numbers for Ivica Zubac. And of course, rim protection always at a premium. That's an important part of his game. Top 20 in blocks per.
And he's so explosive, so hungry. You really can't keep him off the glass when he wants to get there. That's why he's top 5 in rebounding.
And not quite as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. Sticking to the high percentage shots, playing smart with the lead.
Wow, Buddy Hield, usually the guy they're trying to create open shots for. This time he returns the favor.
And Buddy Hield is going to pick up the foul. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus. He will go to the line to shoot 2.
Oh, no, he's the last guy you want to put on the line. You can just about book the points every time he steps up there.
Talk about confidence. Greg, what do you think about Harden's quote from a couple years ago when he said, "I'm not a system player, I am the system"?
Kevin, I laughed when I heard it because most guys couldn't say that. But Harden absolutely can. He's an elite scorer turned elite passer. Your offense has to orbit around him when he's on the floor.
36 seconds left here in the third quarter. Shot by Hield, nobody around. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Butler's got 3 assists now in this one. The 3 from Harden. Gets that one through the hole, make him now 7 of 13 in this game.
James Harden understands answering the 3 with your own 3 negates any momentum of your opponent.
Butler finds Kuminga. Hammers the alley-oop through.
And hard to decide which was better, the pass, the catch, or the slam.
Oh, there's no wrong answer. Sensational alley-oop. The Clippers have been coming through at the charity stripe. They've made 7 of their 8 attempts.
And how about as a group, 80% on the season, one of their best attributes.
You want to contest this guy's shot, but you absolutely don't want to send him to the line. He will make you pay.
To the inside, Butler. Oh, and the jam by Butler.
A power flush with a long hang on the rim at the end of that.
That could be a catalyst for him. It really could. 1 second left. The shot, no good. James Harden getting it done for the LA Clippers. And of every... Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, making the game easy for your teammates. All about putting them in a position to score. That's pretty.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the 4th quarter in what is still anybody's ballgame. Some kind of shooting in the backcourt for him. It's Curry and Hield. Gary Payton II is out there with Jonathan Kuminga. And it's Jackson-Davis in at the 5, down low. That's the Warriors' 5. They kick out to Hield. Outside Curry. They double-team Curry. Shot clock at 3. Nailed from three-point land. Payton's got the 4th quarter started here with a bucket for the Warriors. Out to the right wing. Coffey passes to Leonard. Shoots over Kuminga. And it's Leonard missing.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Healed against Bogdanovich. Curry with a wide open look. Another three for Golden State.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give them from behind the arc.
Curry with the steal. Final quarter of play, about a minute and a half off the clock into it. Curry in the lane. Rebound by the Clippers. Leonard's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Dunn left side. Outside Bogdanovich. Here's Coffey. Defended by Kuminga. Just 5 to shoot. And the call will go against Jonathan Kuminga. That's foul number 2 for him. And the timeout called here by Tyronn Lue. He's very aware of the timing here and the significance of getting things squared away with his team. Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. Looney comes in for Trace Jackson Davis. And it's Brandon Podziemski in for Heel. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, during the last break, I heard Tyronn Lue talking with his team. Now, with this game up for grabs, Coach told his guys to think positive. He said, "We know this game is ours, fellas. We've earned it. I need you to show me right now that you want this." Can they get it done? We'll see. Guys.
Thank you, David. Here's Leonard. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
His shooting has been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
Powell, he's checked in for the Clippers. And, Doris, what's amazing to me, if you look at Kawhi Leonard's production year to year, there's no drop-off.
There's certainly consistency to what Kawhi Leonard does. When he entered the league, he was a defensive force from the outset. And then he built methodically his offensive game. Free throws, post game, and now range shooting. He is a complete basketball player.
And there's the call on Curry. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far.
And still early in the period, and they're only 1 foul away from being over the limit.
And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the 4th. Payton against Powell. Clock at 6. The Clippers need to get off a shot. Oh!
My goodness.
And talk about putting some extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space. And on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam, you can see how impressive that move was.
And you can just see his confidence is rising. Bucket after bucket from long range.
Here's Dunn. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Well, Chris Dunn has proven over and over he is not afraid of drawing contact on these shots.
And Los Angeles with some changes. Ivica Zubac has checked in for Kawhi Leonard. And it's James Harden in for Bogdan Bogdanovich.
Well, a little shaky from the line, and instead of putting them in front, he's only able to tie it up.
Here he goes. Outside for Curry. Looney down low. Zubac defending. Shot by Podziemski, no good. For Los Angeles, they've gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the 4th.
Pretty early to be over the limit. That foul situation is something we want to keep an eye on.
And the first one drops.
And after attempting no free throws in the first half, now he's putting the defense back on its heels.
And some changes here for the Warriors. Green, he's checked in for Kevon Looney. Jimmy Butler comes in for Jonathan Kuminga. Moody subbed in for Gary Payton. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Leonard's checked in.
You love that this guy doesn't get down on himself after a rough first half. Keep your composure and keep grinding.
Outside Leonard. Leonard finagling one in close. And we've got a timeout called by Steve Kerr. And clearly an important juncture. He's going to have some choice words with his team. Here's Curry. Focus from Curry. Gets it to fall inside.
This guy is putting his fingerprints all over the game in this quarter. He has flat out dominated the offensive end.
Curry with the steal. Pass to Podziemski. Back to Curry from deep. Ball's knocked loose, and so the ball's out of bounds. Powell touched it last. Here's Podziemski. Dunn covering. Shot clock at 5. On its way from Curry for 2.
Oh, boy, James Harden. Excellent job contesting right there. Boy, when he gives effort, look out.
There's a good screen. Here's Curry. Well, it was only a matter of time. But they finally get the bucket. Curry's got 13 points here in the second half alone. Harden kicks to Zubac. Pass to Dunn. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Here's Powell. And a little luck that time, but it drops. Powell's got it all tied up now for Los Angeles.
Norman Powell on the big-time delivery.
Here's Podziemski. Dunn covering. Now Podziemski. Pass to Curry for the 3. Rebound by the Clippers. Leonard's got his 5th rebound in this one. Warriors with the rebound.
The defense not a factor there. Very surprising he couldn't capitalize.
Here's Podziemski. Dunn covering. Back to Podziemski. Pass to Curry. Fires for 3. Another miss by Curry.
And you will not see this guy miss many of those. He's one of the keys to their floor spacing.
Dunn kicks to Harden. Zubac a screen on Curry. Now here's Leonard. Defended by Moody. And Leonard gets it to go on the assist by Harden. 27 points for Kawhi Leonard.
Absolutely no fear. Kawhi Leonard welcomes these moments. He relishes these moments.
Pass to Curry. Back to Podziemski. Here's Curry. Lets it go from deep. Buries it from outside.
So much riding on that shot. What a bucket.
I'll tell you, that changes things, doesn't it? Good job, young fella. What a game.
There's 49 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Here's Leonard. Curry with the rebound. Here's Golden State. Here's Podziemski. Pass to Curry. Five to shoot. Lets it go from the wing. It falls!
Nobody you want taking that shot more than Steph Curry. What a pressure player.
And the timeout called here by Tyronn Lue. The magnitude at this juncture in the game clearly warranting a timeout. And what's their best move at this point?
And it's do or die time. They need a bucket here to stay alive.
And it's either got to be a three-pointer or a score quickly and take the foul.
And they commit an intentional foul. It's another one of those so they can get into the penalty. And so they foul intentionally.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let them dribble the game out.
Good on the first, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line. and it's a 5-point game.
That's what you call slamming the door. This one is over.
Powell for 3. Pachinski grabs the board. And they go to the intentional foul.
You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
So the first one drops, and that increases their lead to 6. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 7-point game. So we see the Warriors get the win here. It was a fantastic ball game, and they did a great job making sure it didn't get away from them late.
Yeah, I mean, they faced some challenges, but really held firm when they needed to. On both ends, just effective in terms of coming away with this win.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Jimmy. You guys had it going from long range. When that happens, how does that affect the offense?
Well, when they're making shots, it's opening the lane for us drivers. And we just want them to continue to shoot with confidence. Everybody on this team, no matter if you make it or miss it, we need you to shoot it because that's what the game tells you to do.
Keeps the floor spread, man. Thanks very much. Back to you.
All right, David, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. We'll see you next time.